Eric Swalwell is a dork. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of nuts. We got a lot of nuts in the 2020 presidential race. But Swalwell, for sure, he takes the McLovin Award home. Dork, dork. I mean, he's a guy who's never gonna win, but you really can't help but talk about him because he's such a damn train wreck. He's like D's nuts. He's like the D's nuts of, actually no, D's nuts had more support. But the point is that he's obviously, the Oval Office is nowhere in sight for him, but it's just such a ridiculous candidacy that you can't help but root for him because you want to watch him crash and burn. So I just want to say, Eric, you've got this one, man. Go get him. Democracy is on the ropes, right? And America needs you. You, a white man who knows when to step back. We need you to take away our guns so that no one will be around to save America when we're really in trouble. All right, so Eric Swalwell, he goes on The View, and his big thing is you don't need an assault rifle to protect yourself. All you need is to tell a bad guy no means no, which is why I'm extra excited about our sponsor today, which is iTarget Pro. Now, I don't know about you, but I live in a place here in Washington, D.C., where it is near impossible to practice your Second Amendment rights. I mean, it's a pain enough to actually own a firearm, but actually carrying a firearm, i.e. bearing arms, like it says in the Bill of Rights, that's even more difficult. And that is why I want to thank my friends over at iTarget Pro for quite possibly the coolest Father's Day gift you can give. iTarget Pro is the first dry fire training system to combine smartphone technology with the industry's best laser bullet. So using your smartphone as the target, their app tracks a laser bullet which fits into your gun and will detect exactly where your shots are landing on your smartphone, on the target. You can do it in your home. iTarget Pro, it's completely safe. It comes with a caliber-specific laser bullet and target system so that you can begin training in your home immediately. So for Father's Day, get 10% off plus free shipping with the offer code WHB. I mean, isn't this better than getting dad a necktie or a lame mug, right? It's also available for 223 and 556 for you AR-15 fans out there. Just don't tell Eric Swalwell, all right? Save time, save money, and take your skill to the next level safely and effectively with iTarget Pro. That's the letter I, targetpro.com. Get your 10% off plus free shipping with the code WHB. That's itargetpro.com. All right, so Mr. Swalwell, he goes on The Spew, the show with the squabbling nags, right, and tells them, it's time we come and we take away your guns.
Gun control is one of your signature issues, so what's your suggestion?
First, ban and buy back every single assault weapon in America. I'm the only candidate calling for that.
That's a good one.
That will go a long way.
Will it go a long way? I mean, with all due respect, Mr. Dumb Robotic Loser with zero personality, it won't go away at all. It will go no way. Because what is an assault weapon? Assault weapon means nothing. Assault weapon is a made-up, bogus, phony term to incite fear. It's purely a political term. So you can't ban assault weapons because assault weapons are not a real thing, dude. Assault rifles may be a real thing. Hitler actually coined the term assault rifle, it's believed, with the Sturmgewehr. But assault weapons is a phony, baloney, plastic banana term. The problem is, politicians can't say, oh, we're going to come and ban your assault rifles because no one in America actually has an assault rifle. The U.S. Defense Department's Defense Intelligence Agency Small Arms Identification and Operations Guide explains that assault rifles, not assault weapons, assault rifles are short, compact, selective fire weapons that fire a cartridge intermediate in power between submachine gun and rifle cartridges. So basically, that means they're basically this, what you're seeing here, military-grade rifles that fire in bursts or fully automatic. What you're seeing here, almost no one in the U.S. has this. The sale of this kind of gun has been effectively banned since 1986. What most gun owners have is a semi-automatic weapon. They don't have weapons that fire automatically. They have this. They have semi-automatic only rifles that look like this. They may look the same aesthetically, but they do not fire automatically, and therefore they are not assault rifles. You see? Boom. He pulls the trigger once, and one bullet launches. Watch. Boom. One bullet, one pull. Right? That's not an assault rifle. That's not. That's what people have. So instead, what happens is politicians like Swalwell say assault weapons. Assault weapons, that doesn't mean a damn thing. So if he's trying to ban assault weapons, which aren't a real thing, then what guns is he trying to ban? Well, he goes on to say he wants to prevent the violence that's happening in places like Chirac.
South side of Chicago this weekend, 50 shootings. 50 people were shot, 10 people killed. That's different than the church shootings and the school shootings. Those are blocks that we just have failed to invest in, people who don't have hope.
Well, you know, I am glad that Democrats are finally acknowledging the black-on-black crime in Chicago. But getting back to which guns this doofus Swalwell, gotta say that carefully, I don't want to give you guys any ideas, Swalwell wants to buy back. I mean, which guns would you have to buy back in the south side of Chicago? They're not going around Chicago killing people with legally owned AR-15s, which is what maybe he thinks is an assault weapon. No, they're illegally owned handguns. And in fact, nationally, handguns are used in about 9 times as many murders and 8 times as many non-fatal violent crimes than rifles, shotguns, and other firearms combined. But it's Democrats, so never let facts get in the way of a good narrative. That would be stupid, especially if you're a Democrat and facts, they just tend to work against you. But I just wish that these people would, I don't know, maybe be a little bit familiar with some of these facts. Like, if you're going to scratch out one of the most important parts of the Bill of Rights, you should have some facts to back it up. But of course, Eric Swalwell, he's not about facts. No, Eric Swalwell is about gimmicks. And his logic for running for president is that he can clean up a diaper, and therefore he's fit to be president. Look, he has the little baby. If Eric can clean bleep up at home, put it in the trash can, he can clean it up in Washington. And then he wants money. I mean, that's just not how it works, dude. That's not. Otherwise, every single mom in Newark who knows how to change a diaper would be eligible to be president. He's ready to clean bleep up. Really? Then he should start with his finances. I mean, he has insane credit card debt, hasn't paid off any of his student loans in 8 years, despite earning $174,000 a year since 2013. And before that, he earned around $118,000. So that's where you need to clean up, son. Now, another one of Eric Swalwell's, one of his big gimmicks is that he's a white man, but he's not proud of it, and he knows when to pass the mic to someone who's not a white man, because, you know, that's what you really want in a leader. Not someone where the buck stops here, but someone who, when the going gets tough, I'm going to pass it to a woman.
Why should another white guy be president?
Well, a white guy who doesn't see other identities or understand other experiences should not be president. I do. And, you know, where there would be gaps in my knowledge or my experience, I will pass the mic to people, you know, who do have that experience. I've also pledged that I would ask a woman to serve as vice president.
Oh, would you? Which one of the women who are all ahead of you would you bestow with the honor of being your running mate? Pocahontas? Elizabeth Warren? Because she's ahead of you. Kamala Harris? Amy Klobuchar? Even Kristen Gillibrand? They're all kicking your butt. Tulsi Gabbard is even beating your ass. And yet you're out here saying, I would be sure to ask one of them to be my running mate. They're all ahead of you. They're all ahead of you. That's how much of a loser you are. But even worse, who wants a president who hates white people so much? I know that white people are bad, but don't worry, I'm one of the good ones. I'm one of the woke ones. And I still want the power, of course, but don't worry. I'm going to pass it on to someone who's higher on the intersectionality scale than I am when it comes down to it. You wuss. Grow a pair or get out the race. You want to pass the mic? Why don't you pass it to someone who has a frickin' chance?